Welcome in once again, guys. We're here to feed that Yu-Gi-Oh cardboard addiction, guys. You guys already know we have Fiend Smith Engraver, the secret rare from Quarter Century Stampede. Just got reprinted. This secret rare looks fresh off the press, just like the channel. It looks beautiful, and the card has been crashing down. The card was first about 7 bones, then it went to 5s when we last talked about it, and now it's about 3 bones. So again, just crashing down in price. These cards continue to crash down. We're going to touch base on a couple more Quarter Century secret rares from this set and just some other cards that are also crashing down today in today's market watch to start the week off fresh with some crashes, with some dumps that you want to be paying attention to, and that, you know, if it's cheap enough for you, then you get exposure to some of these cards. Again, we're done with week 1 of Stampede. We told you guys the initial rush was going to come in. It will either V-shape recover or spike some cards, especially the high-end, like the alternate art Quarter Centuries, the scarce cards. We already knew that. But, you know, we also said that eventually, you know, after the initial rush and that initial demand, we expected these cards to start crashing down. The supply come in. People continue to crack boxes open. People that wanted engravers, they already have their engines, you know, and now the supply is just too much in the short term. And we see this card was first 750. You need to understand, guys. You need to understand. I'm gonna just take a moment here, guys. Like, just look at this. There was 561 people that bought this card at around $7.50. Guys, that's 561 people. That's the largest volume candle came in what we call here in the channel and we deem as the initial rush. For the high end, that initial rush usually causes price spikes. You know, sometimes the lows are never revisited. It is what it is. But with the lower end still high in demand, staples like this, the rush came in initially, and these people got destroyed. Because right now they could have been getting, you know, 2x the amount of copies, or save 2x in a way. Save 50% discount, half off right now for just waiting 1 week, for having some patience. I understand. Sometimes, Jay, I'm going to an event. I need the card now. I'm not waiting. $750 is better than $50 a month ago or whatever. We understand. But again, we're just talking about a week later. Card is down 50%. You know, it says here at $3, man. This is a $3 card, man. There was 500 plus people buying this card at $750s, man. And they're down. All of them are down 50% already. All of them. And then we had 254 people come in at 578s. Guys almost pushing $6. And then 150 people coming in at around 5 bones. And again, the card is 320s. Me, for example, I came in and I bought 7 of these last night at 260s. That's what I did. I saw this at 260s. I came in. The same seller had a bunch of Sky Crises, supers and secrets and stuff. Came in, I put in like 50 bones. Buying penny stocks. That's what I love to do, man. That's what I love to do. That's my main focus. Buy penny stocks, buy cards $5 and below. Watch them 2, 3, 5, 10x. The game is that easy, man. Liquid cards like staples, like engravers. What do you guys think is going to happen to this card in the next 2 to 3 months? Sure, Dragon Tales is coming, Duelist Advance, Post-Nats. That's another season, another core set. That's another format. Right now, in the next 2 to 3 months, heading into Nat season, I expect this card to get hot. This card, $2, $3, you come in 10 bones a playset at least. I was getting 10 bones for 4 of these. Easy money, man. This card could be double digits, man, in July. No one would be surprised. The rush heading into Nats. Jay, I got my pieces, especially. We don't know yet if any other Fiend Smith, package or engine gets reprinted in Battles of Legend Monster Mayhem. Things will go mayhem, go crazy, literally. With this card, it could reach double digits, guys, honestly. So again, yeah, you say, well, if they reach double digits and I came in at 750s, I'm good, right? No, because if you waited a week, your entry price is what matters. You could have gotten this card at around 3 bones. Look at that, RO9's at 344s. Right now, you come in, you buy these, you $10, $11 a place at 30, 33s, maybe 35 max for 9 of these cards. That could one day in the next 2 to 3 months be a $10 card. But me, hey, if it goes back up to 5s, I'm good, man. Me personally, I'm happy. I'll be, close to that 2x essentially. Liquid card, people gonna always want engravers. I got my proper exposure. Again, I believe this engine will fall out of favor of post-nats, but until then, we have multiple months of demand. So this is what I call a swing trade. I buy these cards and I'm in them for 2 to 3 months. Literally, I'm not taking my engravers to Rhode Island. I'm gonna be taking them to Nats. And before then, if they go crazy, I'll just sell them on TCG Player, and whatever remaining I have, I'll go and take it to Nats. Excuse me, guys. That's the mindset. That's the plan with cards like these as an investor. If it's to play, then even better. You're getting these at 3s, not at 5s, not at 7s. Patience wins this game for staples like these. People still need this card, man. Still, volume. Look at this volume, man. Hundreds of people coming in, getting their engravers still. That's how important this card is. But patience wins this game. The card continues to crash down, and we need to learn. We need to learn. We need to learn to have patience. Yeah, maybe you got your play set, you know, at 5, 7s, whatever you needed to play. It is what it is. But, yo, those people were paying 20 plus for a play set that I got 4 for 10 bones for 40s, man. The game is too easy, man. It's too easy. It's too easy. Look at this. Falling knife mode, man. People buying on the way down. Insane. Insane. So I know you guys know better here at the channel. You come in here, 2, 3s, anything between 2 to 3 bones. Think ages very, very well. You got to continue to monitor these staples like these. It's engraver, man. I mean, I could ran on for days on cards like these. And then we have Infinite Impermanence, guys, from Structure Deck, Blue Eyes White Destiny. Again, this is a card that we were talking about, like what was it, $150, 2 bones. And then the card recently hit 4s, but you know there was some sales at crazy prices, 5s and above. Now we're having a bit of a retracement back down to the mean 44 listings. Guys, you want to take advantage of these walls. Because we didn't get an alternate art in Stampede. We don't know when the next reprint of this card is. They'll probably leave it for Rarity Collection 5, throw an alternate art in there and give us a Starlight, but who knows? So again, until then, that's a large gap zone. Talking about many, many months, 5, 6 months, half a year. So again, if you don't have imperms, even commons, don't take these prices for granted. Do not take these prices for granted. You want to get exposure now. Now. Right now. Again, around 10, 11, you know, for a playset, beautiful. Don't let these commons 2x on you. And then be a $7.50 common again, just like it was before this reprint. Again, I've been accumulating. I've been accumulating impermanences left and right. I told you guys, if Stampede didn't reprint this, I'm going to be coming in, and now I'm picking these up from people. I see it. You know, in trade binders, you know, yo, would you take a 10? Would you take a 10? Go up to my buddies. Yo, you take a 10 for a playset? Let me get that. Again. Come in here. If you see it, playset at around 10. Don't take this for granted. It's imperms. Just like Ash is used everywhere. You know, the card has been used forever. Since it came out. In every single deck. In every single format, essentially. There's a format or two maybe where it slows down. Maybe we might be heading into that. You know, post-nats. But it's imperms, man. Make sure you get exposure to your commons. You want to take advantage of these retracements off the highs right here before the next leg up. Don't let this be a 7-piece on you. Don't do that. You come in and you get exposure now. And again, if you need to buy cards like engravers, cards like Infinite Impermanence, we're going to have you the track list here, guys. You want to make sure you track these fast. You need to track these cards fast. You need to come over here. You know, you need to pay attention to the charts. You can click on the ones. You know, you want to make sure that you get exposure. We're going to have this ready for you so you can track each and every single card that we will be talking about today. You don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss out. You want to make sure you track your cards here. You know, do as you must. Guys, we just posted our 1,000 member Discord giveaway. Insane, guys. Insane. You know, shout out to Chavez and Franco. Look at that. Starlight, Rare, Access Code Talker, and Ghost Rare. What is this one? This is Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. First edition, guys, right here. Look, we always give back. We always give away, and the community finds a way through me to give back to you guys. Clean, guys. Mint. Guys, you want to make sure you get exposure. All you have to do, link in the description down below, or come to the link tree. Boom. One click, you're in. Get exposure. Look, I just posted it in just 3 days. 3 days. 3 days. This Thursday, we're going to be the bot is going to select the winner around when we're live streaming. We're going to check, update this on the stream. We're going to be like, yo, let's see who won. So you want to make sure that you get exposure. Look, it's going up by the minute. We need to get this to 300 people. We got 2 winners, man. 2 winners. Starlight Access Code and Scarlight Archfiend right there, guys. Ghost Rare. 2 winners. you know, to celebrate the fact that we're almost pushing 1,100. You want to make sure, just 3 days, get yourself in here, man. Free participation. Read the server rules, come to the giveaways channel. One click right there is that easy to participate. The bot's going to select the winner. If it's you, man, you're going to be receiving, you know, one of these copies. 2 winners, guys, so don't miss out. If you want a Billy Bob, make sure you do as you must. Link in the description down below and the link tree as well. And again, guys, we're hosting an X giveaway. We're hosting an X giveaway as well, you know, as we always do via app sorteos, guys, right here. You want to come over here. This, look, shout out to Andrew for these 2 cards. We have a Red Eyes Prismatic. We have a Feed Ash from Dude. And then we have Chavez. Shout out to Juan Chavez with a Ghost Rare. Which one's this one? This one's Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, first edition, guys. 1 winner for these 3 cards. 1 winner. Guys, you want to come over here, make sure you like, you retweet, and make sure you follow your boy while you're at it, man. There's going to be a follow button right there. Look, 1 winner. The goal is to reach 550, man. Let's get them followers up. You know, 550's the goal. We'll continue to track this, guys. We will be giving this away to a lucky winner. All 3 cards. You want to get exposure. You don't want to miss out. I'll leave the link in the description down below. You can also come to X right here, 1 click. And we're just always giving back, guys. We love to give back and to give away at this community, guys. Look at that, man. Look at this stack, man. 9K giveaway. Insane. With more details to come. By the way, there's still 2 winners from the 8.5K giveaway that hasn't reached out. Hasn't reached out. Today's Monday, man. So they're on the clock. If not, I'm going to re-roll that pretty soon. We'll see. You know, 1 person reached out, already prepared their package. Man, Dominus Purge, Secrets, and Blue Eyes play sets, and it's insane. How do you win our biggest giveaway in the channel and days later you haven't reached out? You know, they slacking. So we'll see, man. Usually I give a 24 to 48 hour time frame. We keep things fair, you know, integrity, transparency at its finest. But come on now, you know, these things are time sensitive. Taking those to the post office, making sure they receive their giveaway. You know, if you win the giveaway, the least thing you can do is reach out. So we might be re-rolling those soon. So stay tuned for that, man. Stay tuned for that. Scylla Hat Rabbit from the Infinite Forbidden. What a great secret rare to pick up right now, in my humble opinion. You know, again, Odeons are still roaming around. Not the best deck, and that's fine. I love trap decks. I love playing this card. I'm playing Odeon right now, and this card is too good. But don't forget, Argo Stars are receiving support as well. Argo Stars, what, Jay? That's not doing anything. No one really cares about that. Yes, but hype and speculation can push a card's price back up. Look, all-time highs was 26, it says here. But this got sales in the 30s, man. I remember crashing all the way back down. It says a $20 bill, and we're around 19s. We're around 1920s post-tax. 45 listings if you need this card. Not bad at all. To get exposure right now at sub-20s, I think the secret rare can reclaim the $25 market, maybe even be $30 down the line, you know, just off hype, you know, especially if it doesn't get reprinted in Battles of Legend Monster Mayhem heading into that season. So again, I like this one as a secret rare. That damn rabbit, we talked about it at 7 bones. Now it's still holding around 18, 20 strong. So, you know, if you need exposure to the card, you're on the sideline, on the fence, let me build old. Pick them now. Don't let this be a $25 to $30 card again down the line. You want to take advantage of these crashes and these retracements back down to the mean. We have LZ as a mean of the White Forest. When this card was single digis, anything 10 and below, we said this was a great buy from Suda. Supreme Darkness just came out. White Forest as a mean of support. And it's still in play. Look, when you see a chart like this, again, men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. Look at that. You see a chart like this, you know, this is what you want to see. Art Class with Jay. You want to see the curvature curving into what? You guys already know, consolidation. Look at that. You're already starting to see the pump, the little bump up here from the lows. You don't want to let this happen. You know, you want to get in down here right now. That's where you want to get in, you know, so you can take advantage of this move and sell to White Forest Billy Bobs that come in late. Close Alliance Insight. So again, the game is truly that easy. We're just showing you one example, but we're always talking about cards that are great, you know, plays, trades, investments, guys. Like this secret rare from Suda. New support coming in like 2 weeks or less or whatever. Look, 79 listings, 11 bones. Card was, you know, around 10s forever. Even some sales in the single digits. Don't let this 2x on you. Don't let it be 20s, 22s, 25s. Don't do that. When the card first came out, we said, guys, at 25, sell this card. You know, it's going to hit 15s. It went down to 15s and even went under at around 10s. And then when it was 10s, we said, guys, pick this card up. Don't let this be 15 to 20s. same deal today. Don't let this be 20s or 25s. You pick it up now, especially if you need to play or maybe just to move, guys. So again, don't sleep on the secret rare. We see at the bottom of the page it hits 13s. Don't let this be 15s in the short term, and then the midterm in the next couple of weeks be a $20+ card. You do as you must. Triple T's, Triple Tactics Talent. Again, we're just focusing on, the super rare here. We see that, of course, due to the ban list, this card has just crashed down from $14 to 6s. That's crazy. 69 listings. You see the crash. It's understandable. People had the extra copies. Okay, but being at 1 still and not banned, people are just playing the trifecta. I think it's Triple T's, like Talents, Designator, and Call By. I think it was, or I don't remember right now if there was a third spell, but people playing 3 like one-ofs that got impacted either on the list or that are at 1. So again, they're getting access to this card anyways. Me, I main deck this now at 1. Like again, you throw in one of this, one of cross out, and then it doesn't feel bricky because before you played maybe 3 of these, 3 cross out, so you can draw multiples and things of that nature. So again, I think people might do that moving forward. They're like, it might become more of a mainstay in main decks. So again, this $6 card, I could see it going back up to double digits one day. It's hard to conceive right now. Why? Because you see, it's a $6 card. There's multiples down here, and look, the bottom of the page still 625s. People, they had extras. They're moving on from the card. But again, after a couple of weeks go by, a month, 2 months go by, the card is still scarce. It's still hard to get. Came in Rarity Collection Uno. So again, I kept the PUR. I literally, that's the only one I had in my binder. And I'm like, yay, no one picked it up. Let me keep it. Because I didn't have 3 PURs. So at that point, I'm like, let me just move this, and play maybe a cheaper version or whatever. But now I kept the version that I want. And I'm happy, me, personally. But if you don't have this card, then you got exposure. You got exposure at $6. Don't let this be up 40% on you and become a $10 card one day. If you can get these at around 5s, that'd be the ideal price to pick up the one of no excuse to not have access to the card, either for yourself or maybe exposure at a playset just in case it moves up in price down the line. We have X Yugioh, guys, again, from crossover breakers, detonator hit, really hampering the deck. But again, shout out to Rogue Hero. He's a big proponent of the deck still being top tier, and he continues to perform. And people not just like him, but like him, still using Yugioh, going to locals, going to regionals, and topping events again. So Yugioh's still in play, and it's crazy to see that this card is still post-banless. Of course, people had an extra copy. They're going to slap it on the market, but just consolidating at around $10, man. 63 listings. Again, Star Yugioh coming in Alliance Insight. More support for the deck. So again, don't let this ultra rare be a 15 to 20 piece on you. Just don't do that. There hasn't been a better time to play Yugioh in the sense of accessibility and prices of the cards. Maybe not meta-wise. Maybe there's a better meta call. Maybe it's better to play White Force as a meaning with the new support, or Malice gets stronger, or whatever. Other deck gets new support. Blue Eyes Primite or whatever. Hey, but there's gonna be people that they waited. They waited all these months. They're like, man, I always wanted to play Yugioh. Yeah, they got a couple of slaps in the wrist, but you know what? Let me still play the deck, and they're gonna come in. Don't let this $10 card again become 15 to 20s on you. You take advantage of these crashes. Cards going from 28s, 30s down to 10s, down 3x. This is when you buy. Especially if you want to play the deck. Make sure you do as you must. We have Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder from Battles of Legend Monsters Revenge. Again, we thought this card, or at least I thought, it would come in Stampede, and it didn't. Yeah, they got the alternate art. That to me don't count, man. It's like, yeah, there's gonna be most of the people, community, they're gonna want the alternate art. Good for them. For me, it didn't come in Stampede, because I don't have it readily available. PUR, PC. I cannot believe cards like that. I don't understand, man. When I see stuff like this, so disappointing. I don't know who makes these decisions, man. Yeah, let's give him just an alternate art quarter century, and that's about it. Why? Give us the alternate art. And then give us, PCRs and PURs and PSRs and all the pieces and all the, Stampede and 5. Poor Lakers, man. Shannon is wrong, man. Lakers in 5, I doubt that. But guys, we'll see what happens. They got clapped. They have a game tonight. We'll see. That'll be fun to watch them highlights. Guys, card is $10. $10 right now. 39 listings. Card used to be 16s. Crashed down to 8s. Now bumping up to 1150s. And then, retracing back down to 10s. This is when you buy the card right now. Don't let this spike up and be 15 to 20s because it didn't get a reprint. What, is it going to get another Battles of Legend reprint? Maybe. I doubt it. So again, Sky Thunder, yes, it's not an end-all be-all. It's not like a card that every single extra deck is playing like more like Sky Crisis, but there's decks that still take advantage of this card. It's still broken. And, you know, at 10 bones, this is what you want. You want exposure, excuse me, guys, you know, to cards that have crashed down, retraced back down to the mean, made new all-time lows, and now are rebounding strong off the lows. The game is that easy. Sage with the Eyes of Blue. Ultimate Rare getting destroyed in price. Me, I want to see this crash down even more. I'd love to own the card. I'm not a Blue Eyes player. You know, yeah, right. But I see an OTS ulti like this. I'm like, it looks nice. I'm like, even as an investment, just to get exposed to the card. But 30s is still too much. I ain't paying no $100 for a playset of this. I need to see this in the teens. Maybe 50 bones for a playset. That'd be my, you know, top of the line. We'll see how it pans out. But right now, volume is picking up as the card makes new all-time low and continues to crash down in price. Just the other day, this card was 70 to 80s. Then, you know, parking stop, made a pit stop there at around 50s. And now, after the quarter century's release, as we said, card is crashing down to 30s here. A little bit of a rebound at 34. But again, 19 listings only. The card is still scarce, still hard to get. There's going to always be people out there that prefer the Ultimate Rare over the quarter century, like me, for example. So again, we'll continue to monitor this one, even though I don't think it continues going too much lower. Again, into the teens, that'd be a stretch. That's a man dreaming and hoping, but, you know, could it peak into the 20s, high 20s? Yeah, it could. You know, continue to monitor this one if you want it. Go to the 1 month. You know, look, already did peak into the high 20s. So, you know, volume came in, though. People are like, this is just too cheap, man. Let me take a hundo, get my playset, live to fight another day. But we always knew this would crash due to the quarter century secret rare reprint. And then we have, you know, for example, one of the other sages, the secret rares. Imagine you could have sold this at 25s. Imagine that. A card that had just crashed down, back down to the scene of the crime, and even lower to $9, single digits. Imagine that. We were talking about this at all-time highs. We were talking about this whole way up. We're like, guys, sell this. Sell this. Don't time the top. Just sell this. 15, 20s, 25. Sell this card. You know, it's getting a platinum secret, a quarter century. And here we are. Here we are. Again, 5s would be ideal for this. Who knows if we even get it. 5s would be ideal. We'll continue to monitor this one because the Platinum Secret is still hard to get. You know, that's the one I want at $5. We'll see if it ever goes down there. But, you know, hopefully you took advantage of this 3x move down, you know, crash. And now if you want it, much better to get it at single digits if you need this specific version, for example. I'd be getting the Platinum Secret rares. That's just me. We have Deck Lockdown, guys. From Duel Overload, another one that I thought would get reprinted in Stampede, but didn't. So again, this is the max rarity from Duel Overload, the ultra rare. Card used to be 250s here, but if we go even farther, it says 326s, but if we go to the yearly, yeah, this card was about 326, 10 bones for a playset, and now crashing down, guys, back down all the way. It says here to $1.30. Wow, back down to the previous low, to the scene of the crime. And look, this is where we're at, guys. 73 listings. This is not bad. It's not bad to get exposure. Of course, you got a bunch of walls down here, guys. But again, when Droll gets good and popular, this card always goes up in price because people use it also as an alternative in the side deck at times, just to have more copies of Droll. So again, with cards like these, max rarity, you just never know. You want to get exposure, especially at $1 and some change. This is cheap, man. Card was 3s. People getting these paying 10s. You see the volume coming in near the lows. This is the buy signal, the perfect time to get exposure. You don't get any information as good as this anywhere else, guys. That's why you want to make sure you subscribe so you can live to fight another day. Guys, a subtle H2O break. Excuse me. So, guys, great card to get exposure to. We have Trickstar Aqua Angel. When this card was $1 and some change, you said, guys, this card is a great time to pick it up. Now when it was 10s, now when it was 750s, not even when it was 5. At $1 and some change, you said it's a great penny stock for Maze of the Master, get exposure. And now, you know, when you go, you can see the curvature starting to, you know, pop up here from the lows. But yeah, you go to the monthly, you see a spike, guys. Card went as low as $1.79, spiking up, it says to 287 around 3s. And, you know, you have a couple of one-ups, and it's a $3 card now. So 94 listings. Again, it's a great ultra rare to get exposure to. You know, the max that I would pay would be $10 for a playset. You know, I think this one ages well as an ultra rare from Maze of the Master, and hopefully you picked it up when we told you guys. But again, overall, is spiking on the low time frame, but overall, card is still, let's put the 3-month, still crashed. Look, 700 people bought this card at 5s. Card went to $1 and some change, and now it's rebounding. But you don't want to be buying at 5s or beyond. You want to make sure you come in and you buy at 3s max. Take advantage of the crash and the consolidation. Don't let this card move on you. We have Argo Stars. We just read, mentioned, when we talked about the rabbit, that Argo Stars are getting support in Alliance Insight. It does not matter if it's good or not, in a way where like it breaks the deck or things of that nature. But Hype alone can push a card like this that used to be 840s, but sales in the double digits, crash all the way down to the scene of the crime to $3.78. And right now it's a $4 card. So 75 listings. Don't let this be a 10 piece on you. Don't do that. It's a core set secret rare from Supreme Darkness. And, I've been playing around with this. Shout out to Rashad, from Locals here. That's my guy. He plays this, in his deck. He was like, Jay, man, maybe consider this with Odeon and stuff. So I'm just play testing for the funsies, because this card is broken. This turn your opponent can activate cards or effect in response to the activation of your continuous traps, man. That's insane, or their effects. That's wild. So again, not to say that it morphs or meshes well, because even though they're all continuous traps, the way they work is a little bit different. But again, regardless, just as a pure engine or, as a pure deck with the new support or whatever, Argo Stars are getting support. You want to make sure you get exposure to this secret rare, at around 4s. Even as an investment, I could see this at double digits, So I just ordered like 4 more of these, because I wanted my play set, and then close to an R09 to move. Because it's just a cheap secret rare that I see the potential. There we go. We have Sword Soul of Mo Ye from Burst of Destiny. I thought this card would get the Stampede treatment, but it didn't. So again, this is the core set secret rare that used to be 12s, crashed down to 6s because of the super rare reprint. But this card still continues to be, it said 6s, but we're at 4s, man. Continues to be the max rarity version. If you're a Sword Soul player, or maybe an investor for the long term, you don't see this card getting reprinted again anytime soon. It's still the max rarity, so at around 4s, anything under 5s, I believe will age very, very well. 75 listings. The volume is coming in. If you always wanted this card at sub 5 bones, this is a steal, man. Burst of Destiny, core set, first ed OG, that's the play. Guys, we have Flawless Perfection of the 10 OTS Tournament Pack 17. This card, this is what I talk about in Yu-Gi-Oh! I want to take a moment. The card, 10 card, whatever. But rather than the card is the chart. This card was 540s, and we were covering, from 3s up to 5s, and saying, guys, too much. No one's playing 10. I'd be moving this card if you randomly have this card from OTS 17. And this $5 card now says $1. We're at shekels, man. A wall of China of 18 at 85 cents. The card is down over 5x, guys, since February. And it's insane. That's what Suda did. Just created hype. That's what I always talk about in on the channel. If you're close to half an hour in, you deserve this information. We're always focusing on cards like these that they get core set support, and no one's using them. Who's playing Tenyi? Let's be honest. Who's playing Tenyi? Even Sword Soul Tenyi. What is the I can't even talk. The deck doing nothing. So again, all that hype, all that crazy, oh my God, Sword Soul finally coming back. $5 flawless. And then card gets destroyed. Destroyed in price, man. Down over 5x, guys. What a chart. What a chart. You want to sell in this move. Maybe you didn't cash the $5 top. Maybe you sold midway at around 350s, whatever. But you want to sell into hype, man. You want to sell into hype. Look at this. This 6 month is the perfect chart. We're back down to the scene of the crime. What a chart. I need art class with your boy. This chart is too beautiful to not draw on it, man. Your boy's addicted to the charts. Look at that. You had the consolidation down here. You had that first initial spike, right? People FOMOing in at $5, the top, and then just crash right back down like a roller coaster, literally. The roller coaster dump. That's what we call it here at the channel. And now we're all the way back to this point, all the way back down here to what we call the scene of the crime. The scene of the crime is, before the spike occurred, that area, that's the scene of the crime. And again, we're right back down here. Right back down here. Some people ride the roller coaster, they never sell. You know, some people sell on the way up, smart people, and then people FOMO in, they watch this crash down, and they still have their cardboard, but essentially now is worthless compared to its previous value. Again, you want to sell in this upswing move. Doesn't have to be the top. It's hard to time the top. But again, after you're in a couple of days, a couple of weeks, you see the card spiking up. You know, when it was 5 bones, we're like, sell this card. Just so many lessons with cards like these. It happens all the time in Yu-Gi-Oh! So much purchasing power is left on the table. You know, or people, so much purchasing power is lost, as well as people FOMO in and they keep the card, they don't move it, and then they don't live to fight another day. Insane. This happens all the time, man. So much money being made by people that are smart, and so much money being lost by people that FOMO in at tops, and emotions are a money destroyer. Then we have the Winged Dragon of Ra, Immortal Phoenix. This card, again, from Maze of the Master, crashing down. Look at that, at all-time lows, consolidating into all-time lows. 50 listings, $7. These are cards that you see at $7. You know, you come back one day and they're 15s, they're up 2x. And then you come back another day and they're in 20s, 25s. Literally, for a card that you're like, why? Who's buying this? Who cares about this? Card's not being used. It's just collectability, man. Some people like these OGCRs. Some people love the Winged Dragon of Ra. You know, this got a rare, but it doesn't have many holographic prints. So again, people are going to always have the demand for this card. And as you can see, volume is strong in a way compared in the sense of volume candle sizes. But as you can see, card was 12s, crashing down. It says to 8s, but we're at 7s. Guys, you want to be, if you want this card, you want to get exposure now near the lows, because these collected cards, they just always retain value into the future. It's crazy. Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Full-Time Dragon. This card was $10. $10 due to Galaxy Eyes, and now it's down, 42%. Insane. Crashing down right here. It's just a one-off, then it quickly reclaims back, $7-8. So this is a deal. But I think if you see this card bump up back up to 8s, I'd be moving on from this, because volume is kind of low. Photon players and Galaxy Eye players, they already have this card. So again, there's not too many people to sell this to. So in the sense of liquidity and demand, I'd be selling this at around 8s if I could. Definitely keep that one in mind. We have Blue Eyes White Dragon, quarter century secret rare. The OGs card spiked up to 20s when there was a lot of Blue Eyes hype, and now the card is crashing back down to 1350s. You see this massive 3-month volume candle right here? Insane if you ask me. So again, if you want this card at 13s, it ain't bad. This is the first quarter century secret rare Blue Eyes, and I think this one ages very, very well. Years down the line, collectors are gonna come in, they won't believe that this card is just in the teens, and they're gonna buy this up. Yes, tablet art, a lot of people don't like, okay, but it's still the first quarter century secret rare Blue Eyes ever printed. This version. So again, hey, right there, look at that. Card was 20s. You buy the retracements, man. You buy the crash as a crash that went down below the previous low, man. This is what you want to buy, the lows down here, especially when you see a volume candle like this. This will be easy money in the future. Guys, link in the description down below. Come over here to the Discord to participate in our Discord giveaway. Also, our X giveaway as well. You don't want to miss out. Treat yourself to a Billy Bob. Make sure you check out our sessions if you're interested in that, and also joining the team as a volunteer, if interested. And also, we have $15 off over there and whatnot, and other great tools and links and discounts right here, guys. Community resources for you guys. Don't miss out. And again, none of this content is official financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. Overnight, we got a bunch of subs, like 20, 30 subs. I'm like, what? Look, we were at 8.6. That's going to say 8.63. That is insane, guys. Look at that. Yu-Gi-Oh! Community is destroying that subscribe button. And we'll continue to grow. Look at these videos. Look at that. 5K. Yo, you guys are too much, man. You guys are too much. I'm so grateful, man. I'm so grateful. Yeah. We're 33, 34 minutes in. I'm going to just take 30 seconds a minute to just give thanks to you guys. Especially you, if you're listening to me right now, you don't skip through the halftime show. You watch through the whole video. Whoever's listening to my voice, you guys are straight MVPs, man. I'm grateful. We're continuing to change the game, man. That's always our motto. We're changing the game, and obviously positively impacting people's lives. But while we do that, we're changing the game out here. I love collaborations, bringing people on, picking people's brains like this video. Shout out to Rogue Hero and V, man. Amazing Yu-Gi-Oh! Community content creators, man. And hopefully this is just the beginning. We want to keep growing, keep expanding, keep providing value. And it's all thanks to people like you guys helping your boy with a little like. That to me is big, to many is little. A sub. If you're an OG, you double check. Yo, I'm subscribed. Yeah, I want to participate in the giveaways, but I want to help him grow too because of all the value and the grind. I can respect that. So again, if you can relate to those things, make sure you ring that bell. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. And these videos have been, look at that, 5K. And this one on the back end, yeah, it says 4K already, man. You got insane 9K views in 2 days. Man, it was like a whole week to get that. You guys are crazy, man. The channel continues to grow. I see it on the back end. I just took this moment to thank the community, man. You guys are amazing. I don't know what else to say other than moving on to the brown because we addicted to the brown. Jay, show us the cards, man. We have Anubis, the last judge, okay? We have Treasures of the Kings, and we have the man with the mark. This is the deck that I'm personally playing, not because it's the best deck, because I love trap decks. I love how a deck can come out, a trap deck, and compete in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is insane. It's insane. I said compete, not be the best deck. I wish, but compete. Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! So many interactions, so many broken decks and things of that nature. The fact that a deck like this can compete, is awesome, in my humble opinion. But these cards are crashing. Anubis, the last judge, was 15s. Treasures of the Kings was 12 13s. The man with the mark was around 13s, 15s, whatever the price was. So these cards are all retracing back down to the mean after their initial spikes, after the initial rush, after people like Jay picked these cards up. These cards are going from 15, like the last judge, for example. Look at it. To 10s, single digits right here, 66 listings. You can see the clear cat formation right there, double top. Look at that. Look at that. This is a clear, if the cat is smiling at you, let's draw the ears right there. If the cat is smiling at you, yeah. The cat, look at that. Top number 1, top number 2. So you have double top formation, cat formation right there, dump. What do? You buy halfway. Halfway is what? Around $10 before the eventual, spike in price, for this card. Not to say that it'll ever go too crazy, but you never know. Cards like these come out, decks like these come out, and, at first they do what they do. Oh, that's great. Apophis, Odeon, but they're missing this or that or the third or, okay. But you never know if new support for this is sneaked in somewhere, man. That's all I got to say. Imagine Battles of Legend gives Odeon another card, another continuous trap, or another. I'm just saying, you never know. You never know. So I'm a happy camper. I have my Euros of these cards, Euro deck clean. It's nice to have a new modern deck that I can relate to. I'm not going to be like, this is my favorite deck of all time, but it's a new, fresh deck. I got it for a decent price in the sense of trades and picking those up. And we made it happen. So again, if you want to ever play this or invest into these or get exposure to these, the whole point is that there hasn't been a better time than now, in my humble opinion, because they're retracing back down to the mean. Not to say that they can't go lower in price, but at least you're shaving off $5 a pop for all 3 of these cards. We have the Judge, Treasures of the Kings. Look at that, $9. This is what you want to buy, the consolidation, because this trap card is broken. I'm sorry, this field spell is broken inside this trap deck. And I don't think they're done with this. I just look at the theme, the cards. I don't think they're done with this. I think we get more support of this down the line. So I'm a happy camper that I have the deck before. Eventually down the line, this deck can reach crazy prices. And then the man with the mark, again, card was 8s, went up to 14, 15s, now crashing back down to the scene of the crime at single digits, 91 listings. So again, if you want this deck, if you want these cards, it was a rush at YCS Houston, man. So again, a lot of demand for this deck. So don't sleep on it. That's what I'm saying. You take advantage of these retracements back down to the mean. We have El Shaddai Construct now. A couple of Stampede cards. Alternate art version. This card was what? Look at that. There was 12 Billy Bobs. Jay, who's Billy Bob? Let me see. Is Billy around here? Where's Billy, man? Let's just put his picture today. Look, not even the card version. Look at Mr. Thornton right here. We had 20 people rush in early. Thornton, he's like, yo, I know better. I'm going to get it early before it goes up. Poor Thornton. He didn't live to fight another day, man. 12 of them came in at 20 bones, and then 29 of them came in at 12 13s. And the card is $6, $7, guys. Poor Thornton. He did not live to fight another day. Card went as low as $4 or $5. Excuse me, guys. 40 listings only. We get it. Construct, iconic, alternate art. We understand. But, man, patience wins this game. It's much better to buy down here, man, at all-time lows. than being a buyer at 12s, 14s, 20s, man. People just buying these falling knife modes, buying these cards on the way down. Now they're good. Hopefully $5 would be good for this one in my brain, but still, at least now you're buying closer to the lows than to the highs. Insane. What is this? Phoenician? Phoenix, whatever. Cluster Amaryllis, was even like that. Quarter Century Secret Rare, same deal. Look at that. People buying on their way down. Look, 18 people came in at $20, and now the card is 13s. 40 listings, man. Right here, card is down what, like 40%? I'm bad at math. Guys, of course, still scarce, hard to get, and it is a good one for the long term. It's a great pickup. People were paying 60, 70, 80s for like the old version, which some people are gonna still prefer, you know, the Edison Eddies. But you know, when the new Edison Eddies come in, you know, the modern players are like, you know what, let me get some Edison. They're not gonna care about the old ones. They're gonna be like, oh, shiny quarter centuries, I want matching rarities, let me get this one. So this one, hopefully it hits 10s. I think it'll be a great entry price at around excuse me, guys. Just kind of a dry throat. Excuse me, guys. A little bit of water right there. At around 10s, it'll be great. But 40 listings, you know, we'll continue to monitor this one. But again, you're consolidating a bit here at least. You're giving yourself a shot, you know, closer to the lows and to the highs. I'm focusing on the Platinum Secret. That's what I'm doing. While everyone picks up the high rarity, sure. You know, this $2 card can be 5 bones one day. Or it could be 6, 7 50s. So I'm coming in at 2s. If I see this in a binder, I'm just picking it up. Literally. No questions asked. Other than, yo, what you price is at. That's it. And we go from there. 2s, 250s. This is free money down the line. 54 listings. This card could be double digits one day. It can. I'm telling you, man. There's a lot of Edison players that are on a budget. Maybe they were on the sidelines. They always wanted to build this deck. I've met people. They're like, yo, I want to play plants, man, but Amaryllis is $80 and this and that and the third and the single print and I need it and this and that. Now, those people are going to come rushing in and building the deck, taking these off the markets. Telling y'all, man, the game is truly that easy. We have Artifact Moral Tack, you know, right here. Moral Tack right there. Quarter Century Secret Rare. Same deal. Look at that. People are coming in, buying this 9 at 12s, 5 more people at 11s, 9 more people at 10s. Just buying their way, 5 more people at 9s, buying their way down into oblivion. The card is $5 right now, 49 listings. Now you buy. Now, does that mean that the card can't go back down, you know, down below 5? Sure it can. But around 5, 6 bones, much better than buying at a 2x increase premium here for no reason other than just waiting at least a week. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, insane. Patience wins this game. We see it after time and time again, card after card after card. Galaxy Cyclone. Look at this one, man. Look at that. Imagine you bought this card at $8 and the card is $1 or $2. Look at that, $1 or $2. Buying this at 6s, 8s, coming in, 55 listings, buying the Quarter Century Secret Rare that now is, you know, under 2s here with multiple listings. Wild, guys, what patience does. You know, of course, it's easy to focus on the high end and the staples and the higher end staples. And yeah, we already covered that as well. But there's so much money being lost in all these other random cards that no one's paying attention to. Madolce Princess card, same deal. See it at 7s down here? Look, 12 people bought this at 16s. 12 people bought these at 13s. And the card is now down 2x. 48 listings. Card is already down 50%. That means these same people with these large volume candles, they would have been buying 2 of these right now for the same price that they paid for 1. Bonkers, guys. Insane. We have Breakthrough Skill. This is a great Quarter Century Secret Rare that I believe ages very, very well. But again, same deal. That does not take away that there was 3 people here, you know, an 11 at 13s, 12 13s, all these, you know, people buying this in the teens, and now the card is single digits. 59 listings. You know, I think this one ages very, very well. Hopefully we can go down at least to 750s, maybe even below, but the volume is coming in. You know, again, Breakthrough Skill. This is a great one from Stampede to keep your eye out for previous and past formats. But patience wins this game, man. We're still early in the game. This is the first inning, man. I have tomatoes. Look at that. 21 people paid $22 for a card that is $10, $11. They paid a 2x premium. Why? Because Thornton can. You know, it's his money and he has an endless amount, right? Crazy. The card is down over 50%, and I love highlighting. There's so many cards in Stampede. It's easy to just focus on the high end, the state, but we spread the knowledge out. We show you guys example after example so you can learn. Because if you want this card or one of those other random cards out there, we give this information for free so you guys can learn how to analyze these charts. You know what I mean? At its basic levels, guys. Yo, these Billies, they could have had 2 copies for the price they paid for one, man. Crazy. We have Karaz, the Light Monarch, quarter-century secret rare. Again, this one, same deal. You go to the monthly, you can see there was 7 people buying this at 1370s. Card is, and then right there at 1330s, 5 more people buying on their way down. Card is $5, man. 48 listings. I think this one ages very, very well into the Monarch support, but people were buying this in the teens. Why? Just give yourself a shot, fighting chance, man. Literally, patience, man. You know, this thing probably still can go sub 5 Billies, and then you can get, for the price of 13, close to a playset, man. Insane. The lost purchasing power, lost by the community, just mind-boggling to me. Not our community, because we know better than that, but, you know, the Billy Bobs out there and the rest of the Yugi verse. We have Karaz, the Light Monarch, but the Platinum Secret, same deal. I just wanted to extend myself to let you guys know that the loss of purchasing power does not only happen with the high-end quarter centuries, but also the Platinum Secrets. 12 people came in and bought this card at $5. 37 people came up at 288s to 3s, and the card is shekels right now. The card is shekels with a wall of China at 50 cents. Guys, these people, these 12 people bought at a 10x premium. Poor kids, man. And even people buying at $3, they're down 6x, man. Wow. You know what I'm going to be doing now? I'm going to be picking these up at 50 cents. Now go to the events, the vendors, they have it for cheap, shekels. I'm going to be picking these up now. Getting ready for, you know, Monarch support and potential uprise in price of this card. Rise in price. Elevation in price of this card, guys. I don't know what else to say. Hopefully you guys waited for most of these cards, man. Because it's easy to say, get your things early, get exposure. And again, not just in Stampede. We have Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill crashing down from the Rarity Collection 2. Card was $7, man. Wow. Crashing down to 4s. Says bumping up here, but really? We're at 2s. We're in the 2s, man. We're in the 2s. We got a couple of listings down here under $3. Playsets at 350s and the 10 watt 375. So again, this card is down. And it was $13 at one point. Wild. Crazy. Excuse me. Card is very, very good, but it's very, very niche. Excuse me, guys. So again, you know, you want to take advantage of this retracement back down to the mean double bottoming formation before it spikes up above 5s in the future. Just a good Platinum Secret Rare to get exposure to. Evil Twins, Kisakil and Lila. You know, this card was what? This is the Platinum Secret Rare. Look at that. Go to the monthly. 17 people buying at 250s. You can go down. 8 people at 240s, people at 212s, more people at $1 and some change for a shekel card. Guys, card is shekels. You know, around $1. Guys, people overpaying for so many of these cards just because they feel that rush, that emotional response. And emotions are a money destroyer, man. We have Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. You know, again, this card, you know, with $7, crashed down and says the 5s. But as we can see here, a lot of people buying these in the 4s. You know, right here, as we can see, a lot of sales at around 4. So again, card says it's $6, 44 listings. But if you see this, you know, 4s, 5s around there, even 6s, get exposure to this card. This card will be double digits one day. From right now, if you buy that copy you see there, you're going to be up 40% one day. Essentially guaranteed by the markets, by the crystal ball. Crystal ball is undefeated, guys. You want to make sure you get exposure to this card. Iconic for Eddie Edison's. Make sure you get exposure to this one. We have Heraldic Seal. The Heavenly Spheres continues to crash down. Card was 450s, 5s. Now down to 250s. If I wouldn't have any, this is a perfect entry price. $10 for 4 of these. Maybe 11s post-tax. Not bad at all, guys. You know, it quickly goes to 4s and eventually 5s. Dragon Rulers play this. Blue Eyes play this. So don't sleep on this broken card that could reclaim that $5 mark and beyond as a Platinum secret rare. We have number 106, Giant Hand, Platinum Secret. Another one that, you know, we just show you example after example. You know, people buying this at 3s, at 2s. Insane. And now the shackles, man, getting destroyed. 72 listings. You know, a lot of people, Jay, who cares about number 106 Giant Hand Platinum Secret Rare? I mean, there's people buying it, you know, so again, it's our duty to cover these cards. Yeah, it's not the craziest of volume, but people still losing money left and right, even with the simple examples such as that one. We have Vanquish Soul Pantera, Platinum Secret Rare. Again, a lot of rush and hype and speculation and demand into Vanquish Soul cards. Again, people coming in at 3s, at 2s, 3s, dozens of people, and now the card is Shackles. Yo, Shackles right here. So again, if you can get this at under $1, I think it ages very, very well. But poor kids that came in early, you know, and they literally had to pay the premium, man. Insanity, guys. And then lastly, we have Trap Dust Shoot. Just love to see this card finally, you know, un-V-shape recover here. Back down to the single digit mark. It's nice, man. 58 listings. You know, I want more of these, but 10 is kind of steep, man. You know, even 5s. I wanted to see this at 2 to 3s, man. You know, this 20 wall at $3. You know what I mean? Shit. But it is what it is. At least you're starting to see the supply and the walls come in, hopefully pushing this card's price lower. But yeah, just example. After this was what, 15 bucks with some sales at 20s, and now the card is single digits, just down a lot. You know, the game is that easy, guys. The game is that easy. Patience usually wins this game, and this is early. We're still week 1, man. So again, just have some patience. If you want or needs, you know, most of these cards, do as you must, man. Just stay safe out there, man. A lot of people losing their purchasing power, so we want to be recycling that, not losing it here on the channel. Shout out to all the new people, man, joining in. If you made it this far out into the video, you guys are straight MVPs. If you're new here at the community, welcome in. Thank you for subscribing. Your sub really means a lot. Make sure you share this in one place in a group chat with a group of friends. If you're new, you got to let your friends know. You know, we provide value on the daily. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys as the grind continues. Thank you so much. Man, excited for the giveaway at 9K. We're going to get there super fast, and it's all thanks to you guys. Each and every single one of you guys are amazing. Continue to motivate me to continue to grind on the daily. And, you know, we do this for a living, guys. Thank you for finding value in what I do, guys. 52 minutes in? That's insane, bro. You're listening to my voice right now. Sometimes I do these end of video rants, just connecting with you guys and how grateful I am for each and every single one of you. Don't forget to participate in our 9K giveaway by subscribing. We have a next giveaway and a Discord giveaway, guys. 3 consecutive giveaways, you know, back to back to back going on right now. You don't want to miss out. Take advantage of those as they're for free. You guys already know. Thank you so much for your time, for your support, for your attention. Stay fresh.